age, man. You just gotta have understanding, keep an understanding. I feel like communication is key to a lot of misunderstandings. And
you will talk to a nigga and a motherfucker will play in your fucking face, over and over and over and over and over again.
It took just one single photo to send Offset's carefully curated world spiraling into chaos in 2025. A seemingly innocent Instagram post from Cardi B, bathed in golden sunlight, featured her smiling beside her young son, Wave. But to fans with a sharp eye, the real story wasn't in the smiles. It was in the braids that looked strikingly similar to those worn by NFL superstar Stefon Diggs, man rumored to be Cardi's new romantic interest. No caption, no hashtags, no direct mention of anything. Just a quiet, calculated display that said more than words ever could. The internet exploded. Fans speculated, blogs ran wild, and Offset? He didn't take it well. In a now-deleted tweet, he unleashed a furious message that seemed to suggest someone should pay a very steep price. All over a hairstyle. But everyone quickly realized this wasn't truly about the braids. This was the warning sign of something much bigger. A massive emotional and reputational landslide was about to erupt. Offset's reaction marked the beginning of what would soon be described as a full-blown public meltdown. Allegations of infidelity, bitter disputes over property and finances, rumors of stolen jewelry, and even talk of legal motions involving spousal support started circulating. And then there were the threats, disturbing enough that Cardi allegedly said she felt like she had no choice but to defend herself with her own hands, if pushed too far. This wasn't just a celebrity breakup, it was a slow-motion collapse of a music empire, a love story turned rivalry, with one innocent-looking braid acting as the spark that ignited a firestorm. Let's hit pause on the moment that shook the internet. July 2025. Cardi B casually uploads a beachside snapshot. The kind of post you scroll past without a second thought, until you don't. In the image, her son Wave beams with joy, his hair styled in tight, precise braids that bear an unmistakable resemblance to the signature look of Stefon Diggs, the NFL star swirling in dating rumors with Cardi. The resemblance? Unmissable. Intentional? Fans seem to think so. Within minutes, social media platforms lit up like wildfire. TikTok was flooded with memes and commentary. Did she really braid her son's hair to match her new man's? That's next-level shade. Others crowned her petty queen of the year, applauding what they saw as a clever, unspoken message. It was playful for the fans, spicy, dramatic, and perfectly made for internet culture. But Offset didn't find any of it amusing. Far from it. He took to X, formerly Twitter, in a fit of emotion, firing off a furious tweet that chilled readers to their core. I don't care how I look. When somebody died for playing with my son, they gon' call me the one that crashed out. No emojis. No jokes. Just raw, aggressive energy. The aftermath? Utter silence. Shock rippled across social media. Fans couldn't believe what they'd just read. Wait, did he just suggest he'd take someone out over a hairstyle? The reactions ranged from stunned disbelief to genuine concern. DJ academics weighed in fast, delivering a scathing take. Nah bro, this is way off. You looking real insecure out here. And then, Offset vanished. His ex account deleted. Instagram, gone without a trace. It was classic Offset behavior. Drop a bombshell, light the match, then disappear before the flames even take hold. But unlike previous incidents, this time Cardi didn't stay silent. She entered an X space hours later, her voice quivering as she opened up to thousands of listeners. Last year, I was in a really dark place. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. My baby came out weighing just 5 pounds because I was so deep in depression. 5 pounds. She repeated it again, and the words hung heavy in the air, more like a confession than a quote. This wasn't just drama for clicks. It wasn't tabloid fuel. This was a mother, an artist, a woman speaking through real pain. What the world saw as internet beef was actually the surface layer of a much deeper emotional war she'd been fighting and surviving behind closed doors. Cardi B's appearance on X Spaces wasn't just a celebrity venting session. It was a raw, heart-wrenching breakdown that shattered the glitzy image fans were used to. Gone were the diamonds and designer fits. In their place stood a woman completely stripped of filters, revealing a reality darker than anyone could have imagined. She described her pregnancy not as a joyful chapter, but as a mental and emotional battleground, a time when Offset's alleged infidelity became more than betrayal. It became an emotional spiral of manipulation and despair. Her voice cracked as she recalled how things spiraled out of control. Every single day, she said, there was something new, a new excuse, another woman, more lies, and gaslighting that made me question everything. This wasn't just about broken trust. This was about feeling like her grip on reality was slipping. Behind the scenes, her team went into emergency mode. According to Cardi, her managers were alarmed by her mental state. Label executives, usually focused on tour dates and album sales, suddenly hit pause. They sat me down and said, "Yo, we gotta find her help. Right now. Not next week. Today." That was the turning point. She revealed she was so overwhelmed by fear and emotional pressure that doctors considered placing her in a mental health facility just to ensure her safety. Then came the moment that made everyone listening stop in their tracks. With a chilling calmness, Cardi said, "If I stayed, I would have done something I could never take back. I would have hurt him with my own hands." There was no bravado in her voice, no exaggeration. It was a quiet, terrifying truth from someone who had been pushed to the brink. This wasn't a punchline or a diss track lyric. This was a human being admitting just how close she had come to completely unraveling. And Offset's alleged response? According to Cardi, it wasn't remorse. Instead, she received a series of disturbing messages that left her shaken. He begged her not to walk away, but his words were laced with emotional threats. Texts that hinted not just at harming himself, but at dragging her down too if she dared to leave. It was a terrifying ultimatum masked as love, but to Cardi it was crystal clear. This wasn't just a toxic relationship. It was a dangerous one. Just as the emotional threats were coming to light and fans were still reeling, Cardi B dropped another unexpected revelation that added fuel to the fire. With zero warning and no hesitation, she declared publicly, "You and your mama stole from me." Cold. She didn't go into the gritty details, but the accusation landed hard. The room fell silent. Fans were left stunned, speculating what exactly was taken and how deep the betrayal went. The ambiguity only made it worse, because sometimes what's unsaid cuts deeper than what is. Then came Christmas 2024, a day meant for family and joy. But for Cardi, it turned into another chapter in an increasingly public unraveling. During another appearance on X Spaces, she revealed something that infuriated fans across the board. "My children got nothing from him. Not even one gift. But he had time to fly to New York and spoil his other kids like we don't exist." Her words weren't bitter. They were cold and precise, slicing through Offset's polished public image with surgical accuracy. The hypocrisy hit fans like a slap. This was a man who often posted about fatherhood, who built part of his brand on being a family man. But if Cardi's words were true, the reality behind the scenes was far from the glossy Instagram posts. And then, things escalated again. In a surprising twist, a third mother of one of Offset's children entered the conversation. In a now-deleted post that briefly went viral, she backed Cardi's claims. "Offset and his mama stole from me too," she wrote. "He never even bought his own son a gift. He's never been there. Not once." The post vanished quickly, but the damage was done. Fans connected the dots. This wasn't an isolated incident. It was a repeated pattern. Multiple women, same complaints. Promises broken. Emotional distance. Financial neglect. Offset's carefully curated image as a devoted dad? Many began to see it as just that. An image. A performance. Behind the filtered family portraits and designer kids' outfits was a different story. One that involved absence, avoidance, and what some were now calling outright abandonment. Cardi's tone shifted during that space. She wasn't crying, wasn't pleading. Her voice turned cold, steady, and decisive. "You stopped being an asset to my life. You became a liability to my career. To my peace. You had to go." And in that moment, it was clear. She wasn't just sharing receipts, she was reclaiming control. Then the jaw-dropper. TMZ broke it. Offset filed for spousal support. The man worth $30M asked Cardi to fund his lifestyle. Fans gagged. He cheated, threatened her, and now wants her money? Cardi's reaction? Nuclear. In a tear-choked rant, she screamed, "You're such a coward. I covered for you for years." She exposed their divorce wasn't new. She tried before, went to therapy, forgave him. "I gave it everything," she confessed. But the cheating, lying, gaslighting never stopped. That's why this time she didn't even ask for child support. Just freedom. But Offset's legal move felt strategic. A play to paint Cardi as the villain. Her verdict? "You won't win. Rot in that hospital bed thinking about me." While Offset begged courts for cash, Cardi and Diggs floated on a yacht. Unbothered. When Offset tweeted, Diggs posted a black and white photo. Just him catching a football. No words. No drama. The contrast? Brutal. But trouble brewed. NFL insiders leaked Patriots coach Mike Vrabel was heated. Why? Diggs skipped mandatory practices to be with Cardi. The league watched. The blogs watched. Offset definitely watched. Cardi's soft launch wasn't just romance, it was a power flex. She'd predicted it weeks earlier. "I'll upgrade to a richer man and you'll see me everywhere." Now, she controlled the narrative. Offset scrambled. Deleted tweets. Emotional rants. Zero new music. Just self-inflicted wounds. Let's be real. Offset's 2025 reputation is in freefall. No hits. No tours. Just alleged deadbeat and spousal support seeker headlines. Fans mourned. Bro went from Migos to memes. His only rollout? Begging Cardi not to leak his scandals. Meanwhile, Cardi dropped receipts like confetti. The hairstyle? A calculated PR move she'd teased, something clean. Classy. In control. It exposed Offset's weakest spot, his ego. Now searches for Stefon Diggs' dwarf Offset album. Even the Patriots' annoyance helped her. It proved Diggs prioritized her over the NFL. Offset prioritized deleting tweets. So where does this end? With Offset's $100 million divorce battle? Diggs choosing Cardi over football? Or another baby mama exposing more receipts? Here's the twist. This stopped being about love the moment Offset asked for spousal support. Now it's a survival match. Cardi's winning because she weaponized silence, while Offset screamed into voids. His threats, legal pleas, and deleted accounts scream one truth. He's lost the plot. But the real lesson? That hairstyle wasn't petty. It was Cardi's checkmate. A silent signal that she'd replaced chaos with calm. And Offset wasn't invited. Want updates when the NFL drops Diggs? Or Offset finally drops the album? Smash subscribe. The tea's still boiling.